Hello, welcome. This is Becker Rosette, and once again we are back to another episode of Minecraft Alpha, which I've been playing. I've been working on... Whoop, wrong button. I've been working on... I don't know why I pressed that button. Alright, I've been working on... well, the library, and you can see the library is starting to take shape. We've got a space here that's going to be for bloop, lower floor area. But we got this, and... I've been trying to think of something that would work so that we could keep from sliding off or falling off the area. Like we go over here, and this is great, and walk around here, but that's going to go down there. I mean, what if I'm like, whoops? So I thought, what do I do? Make a block or something? We might have to set it up so that we just have to be careful not to fall off. That's the price we pay for studying in libraries. Well, I'm not here to play the game, but I am going to play the game a little bit. Obviously, I still need more books. Gonna dig more stuff. What are we doing with this? We got 6. Okay. No, what I want to do today is I want to talk about. Well, we're calling this episode the WoW signal. Oh, this hasn't grown back yet. Those have all finished. Well, while we're waiting, let's break some of these. The WoW signal. Now, I forgot if it was the 1970s. I think it was the 1970s, or it might have been the early 1980s, where they were scanning for extraterrestrial intelligence, and they were looking for good signals in the stars, and or it wasn't signals that they were looking for, but they were looking for something that could help them. And they got what they thought was a signal, but it wasn't a signal, but it was this really impressive, powerful... You really don't like that. Should be able to place as fast as we travel. Alright, this should be enough. No, a little more needed. One more run should do it. Oh, wait, we got 22 over here. Alright, now maybe we got enough. So the WoW signal was a thing where they saw the strength of the signal was just humongous. There's like another row over here. And they said, oh, well, that's... They wrote on it, hey, wow, they put on there. And so that's the WoW signal. Now let's cut to today, August 1st of 2010. And what have I got? We've got another WoW signal. I have a signal that basically tells me it's time to stop playing World of Warcraft. And that, I still need more. Still need a little bit more. And so I've decided I'm going to stop playing World of Warcraft. And so before I start playing today, I just finished yesterday's episode. I set that up. And I didn't work on anything since then because I'm preparing, or I was preparing, to stop playing World of Warcraft. And I have now done that. And so, here's what I've done. Well, I'd quit all the guilds. I'd quit all the guilds I've been at. We had a whole TeamSpeak thing, except it was called Ventrilo, not TeamSpeak. We weren't using TeamSpeak. We were using Ventrilo, and we stopped. We had a forum for our guild, and I was the guy in charge of designing the banner for that guild on that forum, although I didn't have anything to do with the forum. Are you guys done yet? And I stopped on that too. And I don't have any more room for these. So we'll just pile them up over here, really. And so that was that, you know. Stop playing it. But I'd already quit the guilds the other day. It was maybe about a week ago. What I did, however, was I still had my auction paladin was still going around taking care of transactions, buying and selling, and not making any money at all because I wasn't very good at it, but I tried my best. And so what I did was I finished all transactions because it's been a few days for the last one. Transactions go up to 3 days, and I just quit. I sold all remaining items I couldn't auction. I checked my account. I thought the account was going to run out pretty soon, but it turns out it's not going to run out until October. I was kind of disappointed. I thought, oh, October, but that's good. And I thought that we were about a week away from the release of the next expansion, which is the reason why I'm quitting playing World of Warcraft. I'm quitting playing World of Warcraft because they're going to just change the way the game was from the beginning, and I don't want that. Yeah, see, we can put that there. These guys are going to need more, but then we can do without that for the moment. Okay, this is almost done. Let's it's not completely done though. Yeah, we can wait a little bit. Do a little bit of cutting. So it turns out I looked it up after I'd stopped, and the game isn't actually going to be. It's not going to be updated to the next expansion for some time yet. And I was kind of surprised because I was under the impression it was going to be within a week or two, maybe a month at the most. But no, they're telling me that it's actually going to come out later, maybe November or December. That doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna have to look into that. But anyway, the point is it was the reason why I quit. I mean, they're changing it so that the opening is different. The quests are different. Some of the things have been removed. The gameplay is completely weird. I want to play something that looks as idyllic as it did at the beginning of the first version of the game, the original game. Now with all these changes made to the world, which of course are important changes made to the world, but that's like stuff that should be for people playing the world after some years having played it originally the way it was. But that's no good. We need to be able to play it from the way that it was. And so I said, that's it, I'm quitting. Also, I didn't have much free time anymore. I mean, you're playing this game, and you're like, this is 6 weeks, I'm not making any sense. You play the game, you don't get anything out of it. Oh, I am not getting anywhere here. Oh, here we go. I just didn't want to join the game, and then my guild would say, okay, time for the raid. You're here. Why don't you join us in the raid? And I'm like, I've got things to do. I want to, I got killed often, especially because I was doing quests all the time, and I always needed more money, more gold to repair my hideously expensive weapons and armor. And that was driving me crazy. So what I've done is I've basically given up, and I'm like, it's not that I won't ever play it again, it's just that I don't want to spend the money playing it. When I've got Minecraft, I could just play Minecraft. Minecraft is a much larger world. It doesn't change stuff. Well, it changes the things we have in the world, but I'm talking about changing, like, the world that you were playing on. Anyway, I wasn't complaining. Whoa. This is looking weird. Anyway, so my auction paladin, I had a great name for the... I had my own guild for paladins. It was me and one other guy. And the idea is that we just do whatever we do whenever we do it. And so I was calling it AFK Mart. Oh, I loved that. Yeah, it was like right after I quit the guild, not the AFK Mart, but the guild I was playing in for the raiding and stuff. Once I quit that guild, a very interesting thing happened. Like within about a week, the guild fell apart. Everybody else quit. One of my friends who was a pilot, I had a friend who was a pilot, and he lives in Canada. That was a very unusual person. He was the closest thing that I had to a proper friend in that guild. But anyway, the point was with him was he was great. And he was the second one to quit, like, right away. And I just thought, oh, that's interesting. And all I could think of was, I need to quit because I want to make my own game. That's what I told them. I want to make my own RPG. And there are people who think this is a dumb idea. But, you know, I've been using my RPG Maker on occasion. So I thought, hey, this will be great. But I'm not a fan of it. There are things that are wrong about it, and I can't begin to explain what is wrong with it. Well, I played and played and played, and I've played World of Warcraft for a couple of years, or maybe it's 3 years, I forget. And I really enjoyed it, and I still would like to come back to play it sometime. But I want to play it without... I mean, let's look at it this way. It ran some money. There's $60... No, I'm sorry, there's... the game, I was able to buy the game for like $40, and the expansion for $40, and then the second expansion for $40. That was $120. Might have been more. It might have been up to $60 for the original game. I don't remember what I paid. Okay, then I had to pay for the account. The cost of the account was... Well, I forget if it was $12 a month or $15 a month, but I'm pretty sure I was paying $15 a month. For 3 years. Yeah. Anyway, I did the calculation once, and it was over $600 that I spent. And that doesn't count the amount of money I spent to buy gold, basically, because I couldn't grind gold playing the game. Can't do daily quests very well. I could do regular quests, but they didn't make very much money, and I had to repair my weapons and armor every single time if I got killed too often trying to do these quests. I was good at raiding, and I'm a great DPS. I'm not the best DPS ever, no, but I had the best DPS in the guild. At one point there were these mugs from the Brewfest or whatever they called that, and I had the mugs from that, and the mugs were being used. I was double wielding them, you know. So anyway, this is pretty much it. Having to spend the money on the gold was a little too annoying. If we had raided less often, then this wouldn't have been as much of a problem, and I'd have made plenty of money. But I got killed so often in the raids because of other people. Although I wasn't necessarily always doing the best. I was doing the best DPS, but I would still crash, make a mistake like anybody else does. We all make mistakes. So I'm like, I don't really want to play this game anymore. If I go back to being a casual, it's not going to be as fun. And that was the problem. So that's why I'm quitting. More and better are needed, and more and better will be played. And I'll make my own RPGs if I can. If not, I've got a game here to play. Heck, I can play old games that I used to play. All right, how are we doing here? We've just done another level. I don't have any more wood on me. I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm gonna say I still intend to play this game for as long as I can. because it's a good game, you know. This game has the hallmark or earmark or whatever of a game that will last a very, very long time. Years, maybe decades, people will still be playing this. Unless something better comes along. Can't imagine what would come along that would be better. But better things could come along, you never know. So this is me saying bye-bye, and thanks for watching. And next time, I hope to have more levels of this thing finished. Maybe I'll talk more about World of Warcraft. I don't know yet. So we'll see you around, and bye-bye again.